Podcasts are hot right now. How do I know? Well, you're listening to one right now, aren't you? But you might be wondering, how on earth do I get my voice out there and start my own podcast? It all seems so intimidating. Between hosting and platforms and monetization, it can get real complicated real quick. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We started this podcast over 2 years ago, not knowing clue one on how to do it. So how do we do it? We did it with Anchor. Anchor is the free podcast app with creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on all the platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And everybody likes money, right? Well, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So go right now, download the free Anchor app, or go to Anchor FM to get started. It's the eCommerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your host, John Suder, Bart, Mroz, and Brittany Blackman. The eCommerce Minute is a production of SUMO Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm located in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's eCommerce Minute episode 732.
In today's episode, Walmart partners with ThredUp on pre-owned goods.
Walmart is the biggest retailer on the planet, and ThredUp bills itself as the largest online thrift store. With the recent focus of retailers shifting towards partnerships and sustainability, I think you can guess where this is going. The two companies have announced an online partnership that will give consumers access to 750,000 pre-owned women's and children's items, accessories, footwear, and handbags from ThredUp on Walmart's site. The site will feature items across 2,000 brands such as Nike, Coach, Michael Kors, Outdoor Voices, Chanel, and Madewell, and the ever-popular and more. Dennis Incandela, head of fashion for Walmart e-commerce, wrote in a blog post that, quote, "It's an incredible online assortment. The resale prices are outstanding, and we are thrilled to offer our Walmart customers the opportunity to reuse garments," end quote. Shoppers who order through the site will get access to Walmart's free shipping on orders costing more than $35, as well as free returns to Walmart stores or ThredUp. These are exclusive perks that have not been available to ThredUp customers before. ThredUp is responsible for evaluating and selecting the items offered for sale on Walmart's site. The items include clothing and shoes deemed new or like new by ThredUp and gently used accessories and handbags. Jenny Volk, ThredUp Director of Product Management, says the partnership with Walmart would enable the two companies to, quote, "power a sustainable secondhand shopping experience unlike any other. From Calvin Klein and Nike to Coach and Michael Kors, this digital partnership enhances Walmart's fashion offering with fresh brands at amazing prices that their customers will love," end quote. The deal between Walmart and ThredUp comes at a time when new clothing sales have taken a hit as stores across the U.S. were forced to close beginning in March in response to the novel coronavirus pandemic. Retailers have been trying deep discounting online in an effort to move excess inventory created when consumers shifted their purchases to stock up on food and other essential items. I think this is going to be a home run for both companies.
Oh yeah, I thought the same thing when I was reading it. It makes just so much sense.
Absolutely. And what is going to happen, and again, I said in the last podcast, we call it the COVID clean out or whatever we want to call it, the secondhand market, once the thrift stores and whatever open back up and people finally figure out what to do with all their used clothing, you're going to see a glut of a lot of fashion out there. And on the flip side of that coin, you have a lot of people who are, let's just say they're struggling or they're out of work but they still want to feel good and they still want to have nice things. It's, I think it's a real opportunity for people to buy some decent clothing without that big price tag. I also think that we've always said that Walmart was that, why do people shop at Walmart? They shop there mostly for price. Right. And I think this dovetails perfectly with their consumer base that is always looking for value, bargains and a value. Just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's good, but if there's a value there, and I think the stuff that ThredUp sells, you're talking high value items at a lower price. This runs in contrast to what Walmart has been doing the last couple of years. And I know you have a note here in the script. Walmart might be feeling some buyer's remorse over the $3+ billion that it's spent to expand its e-commerce footprint in the recent years. And we're referring to obviously the Jet.com acquisition, $3.3 billion in 2016, Bonomo's $310 million in 2017, and ModCloth, $50 million in 2017. They became the itchy tags and couldn't ignore. I love that. And now here we are in 2020. An investment group called Go Global Retailer, they're acquiring ModCloth's assets for Walmart for an undisclosed amount. Monday, Wall Street Journal reported that Bonobos is laying off a few dozen of its roughly 600 employees to cut costs. And obviously, we've all heard that Walmart shut down Jet.com and merged the staff with its own team. And Walmart is now seeking investors for Jet Black, which was that concierge style thing that they had up in New York. And I think, I don't know, maybe it was going to expand to other cities. I don't remember. But yeah, Jet Black was losing $15,000 per member last year. And they were trying to cater to that millennial with the deep pockets. And you can just see all of these brands. That's who those brands were catering to. And it failed, I wouldn't say spectacularly, but it didn't go quite the way they had expected. So Walmart is now going back to its roots and saying, our shoppers are looking for price and value. And I think this is a great fit. It's great for ThredUp. Have you used ThredUp?
No, honestly, I haven't.
I need to tell my lady friend about this.
I know. I don't know why I don't.
I got to check this out because, and I've been saying lately that I've turned the corner on Walmart. I don't like their in-store experience, but their app is great. I've had nothing but positive things to say about that. And their website's pretty good. I know, they had all those acquisitions with some of the different companies. So they have these little microsites set up like Moose Jaw. Like there's a separate Moose Jaw site within Walmart. But it's actually been a much better experience than I had anticipated. I'm a Mr. Target guy, but I've turned a corner on Walmart. And I'm definitely going to check this ThredUp out. It's pretty cool.
I have noticed in store, though, the clothing like that. I think we did a story on it that they were like getting more private label brands. I have been noticing their clothes do look a lot better than they used to. So I think that out of all the acquisitions that are hard to keep up with them, this one stands out the most as one that makes the most sense. Because
you think about the Walmart in-store experience, you go there to buy the low-end Wrangler jeans and your 3 Moon Wolf t-shirt and a hat that, a funny hat for your dad,
Yep.
like
literally. Literally.
We're not talking fashion here, but I think they have to compete. They have to compete against Target, definitely in that aspect, because a lot of people, they love Target fashion. And I don't think it's that hard because you're not talking about a much greater price difference. It's just all perception. And if you've got good packaging, good labeling, like Target had that Goodfellows brand or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah.
It was all packaging. And you know what I mean? It's the stuff wasn't drastically better. It was just packaged better. That's all.
It's a little extra.
A little extra. You make it feel like you're getting something extra for the same amount of money.
Yeah, a little luxury.
Right. Good on Walmart. Great for ThredUp. We'll throw a little stat time. The resale market is expected to reach $51 billion with a B by 2023. That's according to Business Insider. Here's a big stat from our friends at Retail Wire. ThredUp's 2019 annual report showed that the apparel resale market has grown 21 times faster than new clothing sales over the past 3 years. 21 times. Annual revenues are projected to reach $51 billion by 2023, up from $24 billion, driven by sustainably minded millennials and Gen Zers. These two groups are buying secondhand items at 2.5 times faster than consumers in older demographics. Despite reported losses and far smaller slice of the online retail pie, Walmart's U.S. e-commerce revenue still grew around 40% last year. So for Walmart to stay on Amazon's heels, it'll need to rethink how it integrates acquisitions into its overall e-commerce strategy. And that's according to our friends at Morning Brew. Britt, you got anything else?
Nope.
All right. That is your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media at SUMO Heavy.